Hello, welcome to Unrestricted View Film Festival, and today we're doing Meet the Actor, and I'm joined by the lovely Alice Henley, who's actually in 4 films in this festival. Hello, Alice. How are you?
Hi.
Good, good.
How you
Now,
doing?
yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, how are you finding lockdown? Is it all right?
Um, yeah, okay. Some days are better than others. I'm
Yeah,
more productive on days when I've not had a quiz the night before.
yeah.
Um,
I
but
know.
yeah,
Do
keep
you think there's
busy.
anyone not doing a quiz during this lockdown?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, everyone seems to be doing them, and I think people are not going to want to do them when lockdown
Yeah.
finishes.
No more questions. Just no more
No more
questions,
questions.
please.
This is the last one for me.
Um, Okay, so yeah, 4 pieces. I'll just briefly go over a couple before we go on to sort of your main short films. But you were in a web series, The Deal. We actually had
Yeah.
Stuart Black on here yesterday. He was talking about that, and it was sounded like a pretty sort of on the hoof, let's go out in the snow and films type scenario. But is
Yeah,
that
that's exactly what it was. I mean, yeah, it just snowed one day, and he messaged myself and Justin Moroza, the other actor in it, and just said, "Guys, it's crazy weather outside. Do you want to shoot something?" And both of us were keen and up for it. And that night, he wrote something, and then the next day we just shot it. So
right?
it was really quick and off the. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, yeah. No, it seems like it's a nice little piece. And so it was scripted. It wasn't improvised, or
A bit of both,
yeah.
mainly scripted. But yeah, because it was such short notice and so quick, he gave us a few options. I mean, I saw the interview yesterday, and he said
Mm.
about the options was rolling about in the snow. And I have to say that wasn't me that said no to that. It's like this coat is not getting on the snow. But yeah, mainly scripted.
Oh, fantastic. Um, Now, in the second hearing, you're obviously playing a floating orb, or the voice
Yeah,
of a floating orb.
yeah.
I mean, just give us a, so for anyone who hasn't sort of done that, voiced something before, were you watching the screen and doing the voiceover, or was it just a separate thing and they added it to
No,
it?
it was completely separate. I don't think the orb was actually done until I'd done the voice. I think they were kind
Okay.
of matching it with the voice because we did, I think, 4 or 5 different variations of how the lines were going to be delivered. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was completely blind to that. I knew the story and I knew that the script and everything, obviously, but yeah, the orb hadn't been created at that point.
Right. Right. Oh, cool. Um, Sorry, we're just hurtling through these things. I hope you don't mind. It's just that.
No, let's get it over and done with.
Canal. Now that's a fantastic thriller. It's really had me on the edge of my seat. And so, how did that come about? How did you get involved in that project?
That was actually put up on a site called Casting Call Pro, which I
Mm.
think is actually called Mandy now. It's a
Right.
great site for actors. All these jobs are posted, usually short films, and you can apply yourself. Canal came up, and I thought it sounded great, and the female character sounded really interesting. And actually, I remember on the breakdown it said that she has to be 5'7" or over. Now I'm not close to that, so I thought, oh, I'll just go for it anyway, and just wore really big heels in the audition. And yeah, thankfully I obviously got away with it and got the part.
That's fantastic. No, I really enjoyed it. How long was the shoot on that?
It was quite a long time actually. We did the first one I think was 4 days. It was a lot in the night time as well, and then we had some reshoots, so it's probably a good week altogether.
Right. Right.
And yeah, there's a scene in it where it's I think we were filming at like 4 or 5 in the morning because it was outside and we needed to make sure there was no one that was going to interrupt us.
Yes.
So yeah, it was a pretty intense shoot actually.
Oh, fab, fab. And yeah. And lastly, I wanted to talk because it's quite an affecting film. This one, Another Day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously, and I also know that you were a co-producer and co-writer on that as well. So, obviously, there's something quite important, a message for you to want to get across. Tell me how that all came about.
That came about. It was Stu actually. We met up one night, and he had five ideas for different stories.
Yeah,
One of the ideas was Another Day, and it was a very sort of brief kind of suggestion of where the film might go. And he's brilliant, Stuart Black, and he just basically said, "Look, these are 5 ideas. Which one do you like the most? Let's go for it." So I really liked the idea of Another Day, and then we worked on it for about 8 months pre-production, exploring the story and where we wanted to take it. And yeah, it's all about mental health, suicide, and I think everyone involved in the production, I think Stu said this anyway, had some kind of connection to it. whether it was through family, friends, friend of a friend. But I think it was a really important issue for both of us,
Yes.
and we wanted to get it right. So there was a lot of research that took place. But yeah, it was really satisfying, really, and I think it's ended up being a really beautiful film.
I agree. I think it's a fantastic film. And so, just I mean, obviously, you're an actress, a very good one, may I say. And but is it difficult to juggle sort of being an actor and a producer and a writer on a film like that?
Do you know what? I really loved it.
Mm.
I mean, there were times when it was so stressful, because obviously there's a lot of pressure. And Stu was great. When we got to the actual filming, he said, right, you need to step off now. You need to just focus on the acting, which was good. And because we had such a great team working with us, I felt confident I was able to do that and just step back. But it just made me realize how much work goes behind this stuff. And I know it sounds silly to say this, but as an actress, I just, turned up, right, ready to go. And, this is a short, and pre-production was a good 8 months. Post-production has been, close to a year. So I had no idea the amount that goes into these things.
Mm.
So from that point of view, I'm really glad I did it and experienced it, because I have a better understanding of all that now. But yeah, I loved the process. I think it was important when we started filming for me to just keep my actress's hat on and not think about anything else.
Yes.
Sometimes easier said than done. Stu was very patient with me. Lots of, what's happened? Where's this? Where's that? And he's like, just focus on the character. But I really enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll do it again.
Yeah, fabulous. And yeah, you and Stu seem to work together quite a lot. Is this something you're going to do more going forward?
Yeah, so we first met in 2015. We took part in the London Sci-Fi 48-hour film challenge. We clicked straight away, and then since then, I think it was probably maybe one or two projects every year that we worked on. And it was last year that we were like, God, actually, it would be good to have all these projects together in one place, a kind of like catalogue of our work. And so we decided to start our own production company, Henley Productions.
Mm.
So we started that last year, and we actually just completed writing and was ready to put on a really amazing play that was going to be on at the Hen and Chickens together, which is just on pause. Hopefully that'll go up next year. And yeah, we just worked really well together, bouncing off ideas. He really made me find a love for writing. In lockdown, we've got a feature film that Stu wrote a few years ago that we're actually pitching, going to be next week, to hopefully get some funding for that. I've written a couple of shorts and another play. So we have all this stuff sort of in the bank, ready to go. But yeah, Henley Productions is definitely something we're excited about, and yeah, going to continue doing and hopefully produce more work.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So a couple of quick fire questions for you, just to get to know you a little bit better. Who is your favourite actress?
Emma Thompson.
Emma.
Without a doubt, I think she's incredible. She's a great writer, producer. Every time I see her being interviewed, I'm like, gosh, she's brilliant. So yeah, Emma Thompson, definitely my
Emma
favourite.
Thompson. Fab. What's your favourite film?
It's difficult to just choose one.
Yeah.
Life is Beautiful is
Okay.
a great one.
Yeah, it is
I
a great.
first watched that about 15 years ago. I've watched it a lot since then. Beautiful story. Acting's incredible. Yeah, definitely. I'd go with that.
Favourite TV show? I know these things can change from week to week, but yeah.
Well, I've got to say Friends. Everyone that knows me, family and friends, I've watched it ridiculous amounts of time. It's always in the background. But yeah, I've just finished watching The Ozark, which is incredible. Normal People, which I saw recently, was great. There's so many, actually. But yeah, I guess they're the recent ones.
Okay, fab. Favourite book?
The Collector by John Fowles.
Okay.
I first read that at sixth form, actually, and it really resonated with me. And I think it was the first book that really did that, actually. I've read it, quite a few times. That's a great book.
Excellent. Excellent. And lastly, if you could have played any role in history, what would that be?
Any role in history? Well, a character that I love watching is Jodie Comer's character Villanelle in Killing Eve.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying for 1 second I'd be able to do it as well as her. I think that's impossible. But to play that character, I'd be a lot of fun because
Yeah.
she's just so eccentric and crazy, and you're kind of playing loads of different personalities in one role.
Yeah.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Fantastic. All right, so thank you, Alice, for that. And just to say that the film's Canal is playing on Tuesday, the 14th of July, Another Day on Friday, the 17th of July, and The Deal and the second hearing are both on Saturday, the 18th of July. So thank you very much, Alice, for joining us. And now we're going to have
Thank you so much for the platform to put all these out there. It's such a great festival, and I'm so grateful that they're getting shown there. So thank you.
Thanks. All right, so that's it for this episode. Now we're going to see a trailer for the upcoming episode of Agatha Raisin from our sponsors, Free at Last TV. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Death threats juicy enough for you?
I hope you're not the amateur busybody that the police say you are.
Right. Well, I'll show them. I thought I might take up a new hobby.
The mating dance, hot and reckless.
I have something to confess.
Deadly. We all set on the plan?
All clear.
Mingle. Eyes. Ears.
Rogering that.
I can assure you that I can get to the bottom of this for an ever so professional fee.